The practice range is empty. Early morning fog still clings to the grass. A single figure stands in the distance, hitting ball after ball into the mist. The sound echoes across the silence. Crack, crack, crack. Methodical, relentless. Hour after hour, day after day, year after year. Nobody's watching. No cameras, no crowds. Just a kid and his dream, grinding away while the world sleeps. Fast forward to May 2025. That same kid stands on the 18th green at the Team TaylorMade Invitational, staring down a putt that will change everything. The gallery is silent. His competitors, the best junior golfers in America, watch from the sidelines. He's 15 under par, 6 under in this final round alone. The pressure is crushing. One stroke ahead, this putt ends it. Miss it and doubt creeps back in. Make it, and he proves everyone wrong. But here's what makes this moment extraordinary. Just months ago, this teenager was ranked 609th in junior golf. 609th. People questioned whether he belonged. Critics said he was overhyped, carried by a famous last name rather than actual talent, failed Monday qualifiers, struggled at nationals, shot scores that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. The whispers grew louder. Maybe he's not that good. Maybe we were wrong about Charlie Woods. The putter draws back. Smooth stroke. The ball rolls forward, tracking toward the cup. Everything this kid has worked for, every early morning on that empty practice range, every criticism absorbed, every doubt fought against, it all comes down to this single moment. The ball reaches the hole and this is the untold story of Charlie Woods, not the highlight reels you've seen, not the viral moments playing beside his father. This is the story of what happens between those moments. The grinding, the failing, the getting back up, the transformation from a kid playing soccer to a champion nobody saw coming. If you want to see how this incredible journey unfolds, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Because what happens next in Charlie Woods' story will blow your mind. Let's dive in. Let's start with something most people don't know. Charlie Woods didn't grow up obsessed with golf. While other kids who become elite junior golfers are on the course by age 3 or 4, living and breathing the game from the moment they can walk, Charlie was doing something completely different. He was playing soccer, running up and down fields in South Florida, chasing a ball with his feet instead of hitting one with a club. Golf was just something his dad did for a living, not the consuming passion of his childhood. Think about that for a second. The son of the greatest golfer in modern history, maybe the greatest ever, and he's spending his early years playing a completely different sport. While Tiger Woods was building one of the most legendary careers in sports history, his son was more interested in goals than birdies, more focused on assists than aces. And honestly, that might be the best thing that ever happened to Charlie Woods, because here's what that soccer background did for him. It built athleticism, coordination, competitive fire, mental toughness, the ability to perform under pressure with teammates depending on you. All those skills that make great athletes in any sport. Charlie wasn't just hitting golf balls on a range for 10 hours a day like some junior golf prodigies. He was developing as a complete athlete, building a foundation that would later translate into something special on the golf course. Then came March 2020. The world shut down. COVID-19 forced everyone inside. Team sports disappeared overnight. Soccer leagues canceled. Schools closed. And suddenly, this 11-year-old kid who had always been more interested in other things found himself with time and a golf course in his backyard. His father, one of the greatest to ever play the game, was right there. Available. Ready to teach if Charlie wanted to learn. And something clicked. Maybe it was the extra time together. Maybe it was finally being old enough to appreciate what his father had accomplished. Maybe it was just finding the right moment to fall in love with the game. Whatever it was, during that pandemic lockdown, Charlie Woods discovered golf. Not because he had to, not because of pressure or expectations, but because he genuinely wanted to play. This is crucial to understanding his story. Charlie came to golf later than most elite juniors, and he came to it on his own terms. He wasn't pushed. He wasn't forced to follow in his father's footsteps. He chose this path, which means when things got hard, when the criticism came, when the pressure mounted, he had something most prodigies don't have: genuine love for the game that wasn't manufactured by ambitious parents. December 2020, the PNC Championship. Charlie makes his debut on the national stage at just 11 years old, becoming the youngest competitor in tournament history, playing alongside Tiger Woods, his father and coach, in a father-son event that suddenly becomes must-watch television because everyone wants to see if this kid has inherited any of his dad's magic. And from shot one, it's obvious something special is happening. The swing looks familiar, too familiar. The mannerisms, the routines, the way he addresses the ball, it's like watching Tiger Woods in miniature. But here's what separated Charlie from just being a novelty act. He could actually play. Real golf shots, under real pressure, with real crowds watching his every move. At 11 years old, he was hitting shots that had golf commentators doing double takes, making people wonder if we were witnessing the beginning of something historic. But let's pump the brakes for a second, because this is where the Charlie Woods story gets complicated. Those PNC championship performances, as impressive as they were, created unrealistic expectations. People saw the swing, saw the last name, saw a few great shots on television, and immediately started projecting professional careers and major championships onto a kid who was just beginning his journey. The comparisons to his father became constant, suffocating, impossible to escape. And here's the brutal reality that most people don't understand about junior golf. Being good on television during a fun father-son event is completely different from grinding through competitive junior tournaments. One is entertainment with your dad as your partner. The other is individual competition, where you succeed or fail alone, where every shot counts, where the pressure is relentless and nobody's there to bail you out. Charlie started competing more seriously in junior golf in the years following that debut. And the results? They were normal, not spectacular, not dominant, just normal. He played mostly state and regional events in Florida, one of the most competitive junior golf markets in the entire country. He won some tournaments. He finished in the middle of the pack in others. He shot some good rounds and some bad rounds. He was developing, learning, growing as a player, but normal wasn't good enough for the son of Tiger Woods. Every result was analyzed, every score compared to what his father did at the same age. And those comparisons were brutal because Tiger wasn't normal at Charlie's age. Tiger was winning everything, dominating competition, setting records that still stand decades later. Charlie's performances looked ordinary by comparison, which led to criticism that grew louder with each tournament. By early 2024, the narrative around Charlie Woods had shifted dramatically. The excitement from those early PNC championship performances had faded, replaced by skepticism and doubt. His ranking told the story. 326th out of over 10,000 junior golfers according to Junior Golf Scoreboard. In the class of 2027, he was ranked 86th. Those aren't numbers that suggest a future professional career. Those are numbers that suggest a good high school player who might get some college interest if things go well. The criticism became harsh. Internet commenters questioned whether he was actually talented or just famous because of his last name. Golf analysts wondered if all the hype was manufactured, if we'd been fooled by a few viral moments and a recognizable swing. Even some coaches and junior golf experts privately expressed doubts about whether Charlie would ever compete at the elite national level, let alone follow his father's footsteps to professional golf. And you know what? Charlie had to hear all of it, had to read the comments, see the articles, feel the doubt from people who had once been so excited about his potential. For a teenager trying to develop his own identity, trying to forge his own path in a sport his father dominated, that level of criticism had to be crushing. Most kids would have quit. Most kids would have walked away, decided golf wasn't worth the constant comparison and criticism. But Charlie Woods isn't most kids. Instead of crumbling under that pressure, instead of giving up when things got hard, he went back to work, back to the practice range where nobody was watching, back to the fundamentals, back to the grinding that builds champions. His father, who had faced his own share of criticism and doubt throughout his career, was right there guiding him through it. Tiger's approach to coaching Charlie has been remarkable. He hasn't tried to recreate himself through his son. He hasn't pushed Charlie to follow some rigid path to success. Instead, he's been a steady presence, offering guidance when asked, support when needed, but also letting Charlie make his own decisions, learn from his own mistakes, develop his own identity as a player. It's the kind of parenting that's rare in junior sports, where so many talented kids are destroyed by ambitious parents living vicariously through them.